What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bring guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid fade on my boy, so stay tuned. We're gonna be starting off by botting him out with our Oster Octanes, using our 5-aught blade, making sure everything's nice and clean. Now that we're done botting him out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. We're then going to use the lever midway and all the way close to help us erase that initial guideline we created with our octanes. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We're also going to use the lever midway and all the way close to help soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. Moving on to our half guard, this is going to help us blend the no guard all the way open to the one guard all the way open and make it a smooth transition. Now that we're done with our lower guards, we can move on to our 2 guard all the way open and use our comb to feed the hair into the clipper. We're then going to use the lever midway and all the way close to help soften up this line and get ready for the 1.5 guard. Using our 1.5 guard, we're going to go ahead and erase the line completely, the line that we softened up with our 2 guard and its lever. Sometimes there's still a faint line after using your 1.5 guard, so switching over to your 1 guard all the way open and using its corners will definitely help erase it. Moving on to our clipper oval comb method, we're going to use our horizontal strokes and make sure we blend the lower guards into the bulk and the silhouette area. Using our 3 guard all the way open and the comb to feed the hair into the clipper, we're going to go ahead and debulk as much as possible and blend into the silhouette. We're going to go back to our previous guards and detail as much as possible, lining up any dark spots that we see and removing any bulk. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, greatly appreciated. Also, be sure to check out my live streams. Since we're done detailing, we can move on to the sideburns and go ahead and begin to blend using our no guard and its lever. We're then going to use the one guard all the way open to debulk the beard as much as possible, making sure we lower it and keep it clean. Now that we're done debulking the beard and blending out the sideburns, we can move on to our NST outliners and line up the back of the beard. Moving on to the C-cup area, we're going to start off at the bottom and work our way to the top arch using the corners of the blade. You want to make sure not to press too hard here because you could irritate the skin with the corners of the blade. Moving on to the back, we're going to go ahead and start off with our no guard all the way open, creating our second guideline, and we're also going to use the lever midway and all the way closed to erase that initial guideline we created with our Oster octanes. You also want to make sure you spend more time here because you are cutting near the occipital bone and you want us detail because the spots are a little bit darker. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. Remember, we're going to use the lever to soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. We are right on top of the occipital bone, so you want to make sure you detail as much as possible. Using the half guard is going to help us connect the no guard all the way open to the one guard all the way open, making a clean transition. Moving on to our two guard all the way open, we're going to go ahead and debulk as much as possible using the comb to feed the hair into the clipper. Using our 1.5 guard, this is going to help us connect the one guard all the way open to the two guard all the way open. Now that we're done with the 1.5 guard, we can move on to the one guard all the way open and detail as much as possible. Using our clipper over comb method, we're going to debulk as much as possible using our horizontal strokes. Moving on to our 4 guard all the way open, we're going to flick out as much as possible, making sure we don't dig into the silhouette. Using our thinning shears, we're going to go ahead and pick up the hair with the comb and using our thinning shears to thin out the bulk, making sure everything's nice and smooth. We're going to go ahead and saturate the hair as much as possible so we can get its true length when using the shears. Now Now that we're done combing out the hair, we can move on to the top of the capitis, making our first guideline, using the comb to feed the hair into the fingers, and going past the first and stopping at the second knuckle. We're then going to connect the side hair into the top of the capitis guideline that we created, cutting at an angle, making sure everything is nice and blended. Using our NST outliners, we're going to start off at the middle and work our way to the sides, keeping the corners as natural as possible. You also want to make sure you go slow with the trimmer so that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer.